people already waiting. I have zero idea. Can you see the chat to the side?
I see it says private chat. I don't until somebody writes something. I won't.
What about comments all the way at the top?
I do see comments. Go on that.
Okay. Yeah. Click that, and then you should see comments.
Yep. Jeremy Scoots, smash that like button. Christian Arias, what's up? Collector Zone, Andy Davis, Seth Holt, IGO Rambo, and Josh Pence.
All right, so I'm going to.
Do I just share your YouTube channel on my pages, man? So I'm like going live now.
Yeah. So I will. That's the link to the direct video in the private chat. So if you just want to copy and paste that into whatever, cool. I want to post it in the group as well. But chat, what's good? How's everybody doing? We're going to get this shared out real quick, and then we're going to get to it. So this is the man, the myth, the legend, Michael Havens from IC.
Hello. I'm sharing links too, so I will be much more attentive in a moment. Live now.
All right.
They even gave me an exclamation point.
So anyways, just while people are slowly coming in here, what the point of this live stream is going to be, and just in case you guys are watching it back, for the next half hour, 45-ish minutes, we're going to talk with Michael, and he's going to tell you guys about what the show is in April with the ICCon ICCC. They did not have one last year, obviously due to the pandemic and everything else going wrong in the world. But the year before that,
man, it was because we were switching.
That's
venues.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I just lucked out. I mean, it's not like I knew the future. I just lucked out.
True. Yeah. My bad. That was true. Yeah. They were skipping a year because wasn't Celebration supposed to be around the time that you guys were doing it, or within a couple months?
Celebration switched to August, and we were September. So we had to get out of September, and then we were starting to look at April, but April was too soon because we just finished our show in September.
Yeah.
So that's why we had to do the leap. But we were also changing venues, which it requires so many maps and stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of work. So you need the time, you know?
Yeah. No, so I mean, like you said, it worked out great, which I'm happy about, because I would have been extremely bummed if you guys were planning for last year and then ended up having to be canceled or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, but I hate going back on things. I always want to tell the truth and tell you exactly what's going to happen. Just because it's the only way I can remember things. It's too hard to remember all.
Dude, exactly. So once again, chat there. Next month, April 16th through the 18th, is ICCon in Nashville at the Sheraton.
Music City Sheraton. 777 McGavick Pike, and it's in Nashville, Tennessee. I am almost done. This is my last.
No, dude, you're good. No worries. I just for those of you who may not know or may know, I did somewhat of a panel, or I don't know what the hell to even call it, 2 years ago at this gentleman's convention. Man. It was fun. I liked it. I was just like, yo, we getting thrown in. So if you guys remember me talking about some sort of a panel I did, or if you saw it, that was this show 2 years ago. So we're going to be proceeding with that, and then we're going to be getting some people through the door, hopefully.
Yeah, no, it'll be a good time, man. Well, you know what's so exciting is it's the first actual convention since Mandalorian came out, since it started. So all these cool, the cosplays of the heavy Mandos or Mandalorian or anybody else from that show, they haven't been able to show off all their cool cosplays or anything like that yet. So I'm really excited.
Dude,
but
I'm happy for you.
Well, man, it's nice to buy toys in person. It's cool to feel like buying them.
Dude,
but
absolutely.
I love what you did, man. I hear you got something planned for this year. Am I releasing spoilers or no?
No, I didn't know if it was for sure confirmed or not, or what was going on.
You're confirmed. Josh is coming again, and he's hawking wares at my show. I think what we should do, man. What do you think? I don't know. I know we're talking in front of 1 million people here, but what do you think if I give you like $100 bill and you walk around and find something awesome and open it?
Is that what we were going to do with the live stream thing? Like go up to the room and stream or whatever?
It's so cool, man, because it's stuff I would never think of.
I mean, I'm down for the live too, and I could even I know for sure I'm going to do like a live stream walkthrough, walk around the place and just do a live as well. And then we could do the opening and obviously leave it up on the channel as a video content thing to let it live. But dude, yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I was thinking too. That would be fun for sure.
That's all it's about, man. It's all about the fun.
Yeah, dude,
That's the
absolutely.
hook of this convention.
All right, here we go.
See somebody there. Well, what do you collect? I collect vintage Star Wars. Man. That's what I collect. Vintage.
Lots.
Yeah, I
and
love
lots of
vintage
vintage.
Star Wars. That's my hook. Thank you.
What is that?
Mando is sick. He is awesome. I'm very, very psyched for him. He's my favorite of the new Mandos. Look at how cool he is. He's just like raw.
I get to pick mine up from a local shop. Hopefully this weekend.
Nice. I just got it in like last week, man. I did the pre-order shoot years ago. I don't even know when.
Yeah, right.
It's been a while. But I like those kind of pre-orders, man, because you forget about it by the time it shows up, and you're like, "What did I buy?" And then you're like, "Oh, that's awesome."
Yeah, all of a sudden you get a shipping email.
Yeah.
So what we want to do with this chat is if you guys have any questions or if you just want us to talk a bullshit, I mean, hey, we're good at doing that too for a little bit. We can talk about the convention. Here soon, later in the stream, he is going to announce a guest.
Oh yes,
a bigger guest, might I say. I'm looking at the name right now, but I will not say anything. But I'm pretty excited for it. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
And for you, because if people don't know, this man 100% out of his pocket is what this show is. I mean, right, correct? Like there's no like people you have to answer to, whatever, right?
Yeah, no, well, in real life, man, I have a trucking company and I have art galleries, and that's how I make my actual money that pays for my house and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But I really got into Star Wars again. I used to be into it when I was younger, and then finally I had enough money to buy the stuff that's the expensive stuff. And I started getting into it again, and then I started a bunch of Facebook groups, and those Facebook groups had meetups, and those meetups got bigger and bigger and bigger, and it kind of just automatically evolved into a convention. Right. And yes, it is all out of my pocket, but the reason why it's not because I'm like, oh, it's all me, but no, there's a lot of people that help. It's wonderful, but yes, as far as monetary outlay, it is out of my pocket. But the reason why is as soon as you start giving away pieces of your business to other people with money, they tell you to do things that you might not agree with.
Correct.
And I don't know. You see how this con is, man. I don't want like a Geico booth. I mean, maybe if they have like a cool Geico collectible, okay. But, you know, I want it to be toys and people and fun.
And that's what my question was leading up to is with you doing this kind of, I'm just going to say solo because you are the front runner. I know there's tons of people, I've probably met most of them at last year who help you get the pieces moving. But how has it been with trying to do this during a pandemic, like getting the guests, getting the venues, like making sure, because I know Tennessee is lightening up or whatever compared. So that's great for you, obviously. Totally. But like, how has that been? Because I've been curious because you pulled some pretty good strings. I mean, with everything. I mean, it's like you said, it's one of the first conventions, and I only put that in quotes because I don't even know what a convention is after last year. Because I can't expect that something like San Diego or anything is going to be like it used to be from here on out. But
I think it will sometime, man. I think we're going to cross over this hump one day.
I hope so.
I don't know. They used to have something in 1918 that was pretty bad too. Everybody got over that one, you know. We weren't even talking about it by the time I was born.
Dude, I'm with you. But how has it been, man? I mean, has it been whatever?
It's really crazy. Usually what happens when you're a convention planner and promoter, it's all about logistics. And that's why my trucking company comes into play a lot, because I'm really good at placing places at certain times. It's been really tough. The reason why it's been really tough is because you lose this one thing and you have to replace it with another thing. You lose one guest star, you have to replace them with another guest star. That hasn't really happened with the guest stars too much. A few people from England that were on the original roster weren't able to come, but that's just because they weren't able to get their vaccine quick enough, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But what happened is, I would say I called about, 50 guest stars from my past years, or people that I know, or connections of connections. It was a lot harder this year to fill out everything.
Right.
And then the election happened, and then the election ended. And then literally like after that, man, boom, all the vendor booths, boom, all the boom, all the guest stars. My phone it rings off the hook, man. And it'll be like a movie star being like, hey man, you got any room? I've even got one person, he is in Fast and the Furious, but I didn't get him, so I won't mention him. But he was in Fast and the Furious, and he's literally driving through Nashville that weekend, and all he needed was a hotel room, and I can't even take him. And the reason why is because we have to keep the social distancing. That's the hook, and why a lot of other conventions aren't giving it a shot right now is because it's an extremely expensive outlay of money on the front for a whole bunch of materials and products like hand sanitizers and stuff that'll probably never get used after this year. So it's kind of like lighting money on fire, but that's kind of like my thing. So
true.
I mean, you can't take it with you, man. And it is a fun show, and I've always wanted a good show in Nashville, and there hasn't been one for years. So,
yeah, I've been doing the YouTube-ish thing for like 5 years, and I've never thought or heard of a show that made me want to travel to Nashville. You know, maybe a show.
I don't know why, man. It's one of the biggest growing cities in the United States, but it's just been overlooked by convention promoters. We had Wizard World like 6 years ago, but I mean, you're a toy hunter, like I'm a toy hunter, and Wizard World isn't really for toys.
It's a weird like experience convention is really what I call it, because there's very little like vendor booths. It's more of just like your Geico booths and autographs type of thing, which is cool. So outside of the guests that you will mention later on here, is there any, obviously no names if possible, are there any other guests that are going to be announced, or is that like waiting until almost like last minute
guest, but he's not at the level of the guest I'm going to give you to announce. But no, there's like 17 this year or something like that, but they're really good guest stars. Last year we did have 40, and they're wonderful people, but we've kind of like increased the level of guest stars, I guess you could say. Do you know what I mean? Like with Darth Vader and R2-D2.
From being there last year, and the guests were cool, but like a random Scarif, a random Storm, a random Death Trooper, like those are great. But like you said, if you're upping it, unfortunately, those kind of people have to cut it. They had great stories, like the Death Trooper. For those of you who don't know, the guest that he had 2 years ago, the guy who played that Death Trooper was the model for every action figure and every collectible that you guys have. So the Death Troopers behind me, they were modeled off of the guy that we ended up meeting, which was he was the guy who held the Jyn Erso Stormtrooper doll. So like the story behind it is beautiful, and it's very cool as a Star Wars fan or even a collector. But if you got to cut ties, unfortunately, those are the kind of ties that you have to cut to get said people.
Well, see, I lucked out so much, man, because the thing is most of my overseas people, Death Trooper, Victor Baba, he's from overseas. Most of the overseas people couldn't do it. They're calling now and trying to do it, but I'm like, guys, it's just, I'm too full. But it was at the time, because everybody's lived through it. Everybody that's watching this has lived through it, man. Everything changes every single day. So when those changes happen, other people are ready to go. Other people, you know what I mean? And so luckily, I was able to switch out many of my guest stars with other stars. But the way I am, to tell you the truth, man, I would have had all 40 of them back and all the new ones I got this year.
Oh, yeah.
Just whatever. You know what I mean? We'll all have fun.
Oh, dude, I said, man, last year or whatever year it was a blast, man. Like it was, because that was the first convention that I've been to where it was like massive but intimate at the same time. Like, and plus like the convention you guys had, it was kind of like you guys really made every square foot work. Like it was such a weird venue, but it was like,
thank you.
It was perfect. You went down the stairs and it was all the vendors, and you walked around the track and it was like stuff. Like it was never, because I went to Lexington Comic Con I think it was the same year I went to ICCon, and unfortunately they were doing renovations to that huge arena. But dude, you had like a big space, and then you walked upstairs and like went around the other side and it was another thing, and then you went back downstairs through like 5 or 6 rooms, and it was
like be like a booth in the hallway.
Oh, dude, yeah, it was so confusing. So like, obviously not that that's bad, but it's like having it spaced out, and I'm excited to see how you guys do, because months ago I watched the walkthrough that you filmed, like the 20-minute Facebook thing that you did.
Hotel now,
dude, it looks great. Like I am, for one, I'm beyond excited that you can literally go up the elevator and put your stuff away and come right back down and keep walking. Like that's going to be awesome. But like, I'm very excited to see how you utilize hotel space, because I've obviously been to toy shows, I'll say, that's been in hotel rooms, and it's always good, but I've never been to a convention there. So I mean, I obviously have full faith.
Center too, so it's kind of like, you know what I mean, it's a little bit different than just the hotel rooms, but still like I know you said it was so big the last one. We actually have a little bit more square feet now because we do the courtyard. I'm able to put up. I got Rogue One. Did you see? I got the rights to show Rogue
Dude.
One. It's gonna be awesome.
I saw that. You just like put that out last night or something?
Yeah. Do you know there's a place on the internet where you can buy the rights to show any movie you want?
Really?
It exists. You just got to buy the DVDs and you got to send them $400. How cool is that? I mean, I got a really cool guy down here that's local that I'm renting a big, huge movie screen from, and we're going to be able to sit outside and watch Rogue One. It's little things like that that's more about the community aspect, like sitting in a field with your friends on a blanket, than I don't know. Most conventions, it's like, okay, between this time and this time is in-app dating or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not as structured as that. It's more like, hey, we rented a 4-star hotel. It's going to be filled with nerds, and we're going to hang out.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've explained to people too. Like even like off social media, like if I run into somebody or someone like messages me, I'm like, look, like this kind of a show is literally for the people, and that's the biggest fact that somebody can lay down, because like that, like who would spend X amount of dollars just to be able to play Rogue One so people can enjoy it? Because you're like, it's not going to cost the people anything outside of their ticket or whatever to see that. But it's like any other place, it would be just a monetary thing at the end of the day. You know what I mean? But like for this show, it's let's do what we can for the people to just have fun with, whether it's collecting vintage, modern, Star Wars, Power Rangers, Jurassic Park. Like last year, you guys had the Jurassic Park like diorama Jeep thing. Like it was life size. Everything was crazy. Yeah. And then you guys had the big Lego city thing. So shout out to them.
Guys coming again, Tennessee Lego. The only thing that we're going to lose here, like there's certain changes we have to make, but there's certain changes we can keep or certain changes we can alter just because of the pandemic thing. For example, the Legos. We're still going to have a huge display of Legos and all that stuff, but we obviously can't have like the Lego pool for kids.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you can't really crawl around in a pool of Lego with your friends right now. As unfortunate as that is, maybe next year. But those are the little changes. And to tell you the truth, we filled it with so many more cool things that I don't think people will notice. I mean, we have D&D tournaments now. We have the video game tournament that is exploded.
Right. That you can win a TV, right?
Yeah, you can win a 70-inch TV. I have a PS5 on the way. As long as it gets here. I'm not pitching it until it gets here. And we also got a custom Nintendo Switch that we made, that we had made, but it's really nice, like all Star Wars out and stuff. Wow. So yeah, you can win a Nintendo Switch. You can win a PS5. Well, maybe not a PS5 if it doesn't show up. And you can win a 70-inch TV. So, I mean, and a cool crystal trophy, man. I mean, it's that kind of stuff because you want to nerd out. You want to play video games with your friends, and there should be a champion. That's the point of video games. You know?
Well, and I don't know, man. And like I've told you, you know, when I first walked in last time, I'm like, dude, like this is fucking phenomenal. Like, like you guys had tape on the floor to direct you which way. Like you had VIP room. Like, oh yeah, especially with all that whatever. Anyways,
they say please wait here, and there's like little VIP ones in there. They're really nice.
Oh, dude, it's just like it blew my mind. I was telling Billy that whole time, like, dude, like outside of being like a guest or whatever you want to call it, like everyone else got the same exact treatment as I did. I just got to walk down a hallway that not many other people did. Yeah. But there was like the bag check, like anybody was there. Like if you had a VIP, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but if you got a VIP pass, you had the bag check. People could hold your stuff there if it was, you know, small enough to keep or whatever. Like
the VIP bag drop.
Yeah,
we still have that. I don't know how much people are going to use it since your hotel room's upstairs.
Right.
But it was really convenient when you had to walk 1.5 miles to your car to drop off a hot dog you bought.
Well, and just having it more or less, it sells the show too. It's just that little like sprinkle just to put on. Like, well ICCCon has this.
The VIP ticket, man. You know the VIP ticket. It comes with all the food you can eat all weekend. So you get ice cream and pie and lunches and drinks and everything you could think of. Non-alcoholic drinks, but everything you could think of, and it's a $300 VIP badge. Most cons, the VIP badges are double, triple. You get nothing.
Oh yeah,
so
and
you can.
He ain't lying.
The VIP badge.
That was a fact. There was lots of goodies. There was
good food, right, man? You like the pie? Did you have some pie? I lost you. it me?
Hello?
Hey, there you go.
Dude, my computer started bugging out. I just started and all sorts of stuff.
You're all right, man. I went into the Vanna White. It was fine.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to do this now. Now I'm sweating. That was embarrassing. Anyways, how you doing?
It was my fault. I hit the button.
Oh, dude. I don't know.
Steve, you want me to put on my big earphones too so we can be cool together?
We're good now. As long as you guys can hear me, we're chilling. Good Lord. Oh my gosh.
No worries.
That was terrible. All right. So, all right. Everything seems good now. Anyways, what were we talking about?
Did you get pie is the question that we're all waiting for. Did you eat pie?
Probably at that point. I was eating everything, dude. It was incredible. I just remember sitting back in that, whatever you want to call it, VIP room, and I was just sandwich, and then there was drinks, and then it was just endless bottles of water and snacks and just all sorts of goodies, man.
Ice cream. You guys hit the Mountain Dew hard, so we're getting extra Mountain Dew this year. Don't worry.
No, dude, I don't know. Is there anything different than the other year? Like activities or suits? Is there anything that you want to highlight, like that you're excited about outside of like the guests and everything? Like, is there any like? The video game thing.
We have the whole hotel. So there's a pool there. There's a courtyard. We're gonna have a live band out in the courtyard. You're gonna be able to hang out, have a drink because there's a bar. You can. Oh, there's alcohol now. I mean, not that for some people that's a selling point, but we used to not have alcohol because it was a state-run facility. Now that it's a real place, there's a bar and a food restaurant, and
oh man,
so we have all that stuff, which is cool. And we also have like different kind of contests. Like we have a contest for masks for wearing your whatchamacallit mask. If you have a cool mask, the social distancing mask. What do you call that?
The mask.
I don't know. I got like a million of them downstairs. I don't know what to call them. But how you wear the mask. But if you have a really cool one, you could win a trophy for that. You can win a trophy for the cosplay contest. You could win a trophy for the droid builders are going to have a trophy. We have like the full-size droids that come that are like they move.
Yeah.
You can win a whole bunch of stuff. There's a D&D tournament. There's a Magic tournament. There's a Warhammer 40K tournament.
That's
lots
crazy
of stuff, man. We're trying to branch out. Those are new things. As far as old things, we have all the same old things. We have the panels where you can, hear the movie star speak or Q&As, stuff like that. Yeah. We have a lot of interactive things. I think Daniel Logan is doing some kind of special feast with the Fets dinner or something. I don't know if
I saw that. Yeah, something.
Did you see that?
Yeah. That's cool you're having him back, man. That's very cool.
Making their own cool little things too, and then like this movie idea, I just had that a couple weeks ago, and I was like, well, it's not that unbelievably expensive. Why not? Those kind of things happen, and they're really cool. And I think with us having one facility that has both our housing and our convention is going to allow people to, I don't know, essentially, man, it's going to be all night long every night. I mean, it's going to be through the night and then in the morning. And did you lose it again? Can you hear me? Should I keep talking? If you can all hear me, I can keep talking. Here's a heavy Mando. I don't know. You're fine. It's fine. We can learn sign language. I can't hear you. Is James Arnold Taylor doing his presentation again? No, but Greg Sipes is doing his presentation. So you will get a voice actor doing presentation. James Arnold Taylor will be on site autographing this time. That's what he's doing this time. Michael, you good man. Joey P is out again. All right, I'm still good. You can still hear me. So I'll just keep talking. What else? Ask me any questions you have here, and I'll answer them. I love Magic. What format is the tournament for the management? I have no idea. Would you like me to find out? I got a guy that tells me all those things. I have somebody who runs a Magic tournament, and it's not me. Oh, there's Josh.
Yeah, literally, what is causing this is every time I try to share the thing that you're about to announce at some point, because I have it pulled up on my other screen.
Yeah.
Every time I go to click on it, my computer bugs out. So we might just have to show a picture on our phone.
Can I share it here? I can share things. Let me see.
That is so frustrating. I very much apologize.
No, you're totally. What do I care, man? Everybody's hanging out. There's a million people watching us. They're asking questions. Everybody's having fun. Don't stress yourself out, man. That's not what it's about. Screen is sharing easiest with 2 monitors. Share your screen. Share your screen. There's a screen. This is the one that I'll share. Do you see Stormtroopers right now?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So then eventually I'll share that screen when we do that.
Okay, and I'll just click.
I can do that. I'll just pull it up on mine, dude. It's easy.
Okay. I don't know what's going on. That's never happened to me before. That's not good.
No worries. It's probably my intensely heavy graphics.
Chris, we do have one question. Do we have to pay for any of the autographs like at Celebration?
Of course. Autographs you got to pay for. That's just the way it is. The guest stars take all that money. They get all that money for autographs. The thing is unlike most shows, I don't know their show, but unlike most shows, we don't put any upcharges on our autographs. So all the autographs are as cheap as possible.
That's what I was going to say.
Whatever the guest star actually physically will sign for is how much we charge. So there's no overcharges.
I will,
but yeah, I mean, that's why guest stars come to a show to sign autographs. You got to pay for them. You know, I went down. I got invited to a show in Mexico, dude. And do you know I made $25 on my autograph?
That was crazy. That was like right after IC, wasn't it?
It really was. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That was ridiculous.
How cool is that, man?
Yeah.
In Mexico. What do you mean?
I will say, and I'll kind of piggyback off of Michael. I do know Mando. His name's Dylan. I do know he was probably more or less asking like, are they like how's the pricing on them? And I will say from experience, dirt cheap. Yeah. Like not to insult any of the guests or anything, but like I think Victor's autograph, the Death Trooper, $10. Like,
yeah,
are you kidding me?
It's as inexpensive as possible for sure.
And I think James Arnold Taylor, like, don't quote me, he was like 20 to 30-ish, something like somewhere around there, if my memory serves me right. Like it's,
and then tomorrow I have to send out the thing to ask them how much they charge and to find out what they want for dinner on Friday night. Like that's literally my tomorrow job, man.
Dude, I will say this. I went to Celebration and then I went to your show. I got James Arnold Taylor's autograph at both shows. That show, yours, significantly cheaper than Celebration. I will say that. So if that is anywhere near what an answer that someone needs, trust me.
Yeah, that might be the answer they're looking for. Unfortunately, see, I personally can't say that because I love Celebration, man, and I you know, I want to work with them, whatever. Mm-hmm. But and also I would never mention any competitor or anything like that. But
only brought it up because there was a question.
Autograph is cheaper, and the reason why is because we don't tack any more money onto it. Everybody else is like, well, you know, James Arnold Taylor is going to sign an autograph. We're going to have to add $10 on that for us.
Yeah.
And there is no cut for us. The only thing there's any kind of cut, but it's not even for us. It's for the photographer for photo ops, for like the good professional photo ops. And that they take some money for. But I mean, that's got nothing to do with me. If I could make it cheaper, I would. Josh, you know how to take pictures?
Right. There's my second part, and the show is photographer / something.
Oh, nice.
Let's see. I'm not worried about my audio. Let's look at this. Yeah, expensive. Chris says you better announce the guest before he goes out again.
Better announce the guest. Oh, is everybody here for the guest star? Is that what it is? The guest star is. Yeah, you want to release a guest star? What do you say, Josh?
Yeah, go for it. If you put out, I'll try to add it to the stream. See what happens.
Chris said,
wish me luck.
Or do you want me to put it on? I can put it on.
Yeah, put it on, and then I'll add it to the thing.
All right, I'm going to just pop it up.
Okay.
Share screen. This screen. Oh, I just deleted it. Nope. Wait, I'm all right. We're all right.
So, Big Dub.
There you go.
So if I add this to the stream, bam.
Will be. I wish I could have taken out the thing and cropped it better for you there.
Oh, dude, it's perfect. It is what it is.
Bean will be there. You obviously know him. You know Johnny Ringo from Tombstone.
Yes.
He was in The Mandalorian recently. Aliens, Navy SEALs, The Abyss, The Rock, The Terminator. Blah 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 blah. He's been in like every single movie that you remember from being young.
Yep. That's super cool because
what a cool movie, man.
He was kind of like, I would say, like a main character in his episode with Ahsoka.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So I mean that's cool that it's that.
Yeah.
Because he is like, if you watch The Mandalorian, you'll obviously recognize him. Might not know my name, but you'll know by the face. You know what I mean? So
yeah, well,
very cool.
His stuff for Aliens and Terminator, man. At least my age group. You're a young buck, man. I'm old. But at least for my age group, his man, Terminator was awesome, or Navy SEALs was just phenomenal. So
and Tombstone.
Those ones really, yeah. Well, of course, Tombstone. But yeah, you young bucks. That's who I got. You, Greg Sipes, man. You know who Greg Sipes is, right?
Yes.
Really, Beast Boy from Teen Titans.
Oh, I never.
You're not a Teen Titans.
Oh, you know, I know his name because of all the conventions that he's been to. Of course, because the Teen Titans people are always at places. Yeah. I've never watched that show personally.
Well, what's your hook? Who I got coming for you, man? Well,
I mean, James Arnold Taylor is the man. Yeah. I mean, that's like my bread and butter, dude. I met him so many times that 2019, I guess it would be, that when I walked up to him at your convention, he's like, I recognize you. I'm like, because I've met you 4 times this year, brother. Like any conventions he's at, I will always get his autograph because he's so nice.
He is super nice, man.
And like he does the hello there and all this stuff, and it just gives me the goosebumps. I'm like, yo,
crazy. I picked him up in the airport with my wife, right?
Yeah.
And he was in the back seat, right? And we're driving him to the hotel. And he just starts going into the voices in the back seat, and it was such a trip because it's like Obi-Wan is in your back seat,
dude. It's
the hello there,
yeah,
it all, or Anakin.
Oh yeah, dude, it's nuts, man. How because I was telling this to Billy too, because Billy or Toy Bills, however you guys know him, I went to a lot of conventions with him in 2019, and he always got autographs of people. Like that was his stick, and. Like we met the guy who did like Mario and just all sorts of stuff, and like especially I think we met him at your show or something. I forget. It was some Star Wars voice actor, but they did the thing, and I was just like, yo, this is crazy, because you go years and like decades of your life listening to this voice, and then to hear it and see it in person, you're like, wait, what?
Well, it's gonna be Larry Kenney, man, because he did like all the Thundercats and all the Silverhawks, Cuckoo the Cocoa Bird, Count Chocula. Like he's been like so many voices that but you don't really think of it, kind of deal.
Right. No, it's awesome. So I'm excited for it, man. I don't know. You guys just got. I will say to everyone, this show is definitely more for the experience and to be a part and with the community versus anything else. Like the guest stars and all that stuff is great, but honestly, at the end of the day, if you're within the area or within driving distance, it's just a fun show to be a part of. And it's your third
yep.
Third show.
It started in 2018, but it is the third.
Right. And that, to me, like the production value you guys had on your second show was incredible, man. No, it was insane, man. So it was.
I'm trying to take 2 stairs at a time so I can the big boys in 7 years,
Dude, honestly, I don't see a problem with that at all. I definitely see it happening, man, because it's like I've been saying, and even just like the production value of your like all day panel stuff that you guys did last time with oh my god, I'm blanking. I'm going to be so embarrassed. Who did the production on that?
Mark Rosiano.
That Mark.
Yeah, he did a good
crazy. Because I watched it back because obviously I have an ego. I have to watch myself on stage to see what happened. Dude, when I watched that, because I watched like a little before and a little after, like. The scenes, the transitions, just everything. I'm just like, oh my god, like, like this is not someone just holding an iPhone and pointing it at somebody.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
There's a whole stage. Like, oh my gosh,
the stage is a killer expense, man. But it looks cool, doesn't it?
Dude, it looks like what Celebration did. And I know you don't want to name
it, but we got to shorten it a little. We only have 14-foot ceiling or 16-foot ceilings. I think 16 instead of the what do we have last year? 150
an arena.
Yeah, you're gonna land ridiculous in the middle of that thing. That's a big place, man.
But chat was good. Narc, Seth, thank you for the 5 bomb. Jared, Mando. Does anyone have any questions about the convention for Michael? Do you guys want to see a crazy vintage figure that's probably worth $16 million? Michael has it. Probably sitting in the corner of his basement somewhere.
Yeah, what do you want to see? I don't know. What do I have on my floor? Here's an early bird set. That's cool, right?
That's graded.
The first Star Wars figures that came out right there. And they came in a mailer box, and you had to pre-order them with the certificate.
Oh yeah, last year at his convention, he had the what was it? The prototype rocket firing.
There were 4 of them there.
Yeah. What was the thing in the glass case? I should probably have a little more respect when I'm talking about this item. It was graded.
Prototype rocket firing Boba Fett?
That where they had to like handcuff themselves to the suitcase to like walk away with it or something.
That one was actually the one that was there. It was at the Hakes booth that you probably saw, and that was the least expensive one that was on site, valued at only a mere $120,000.
There's 4 at that show.
Man, there was a sealed bag because mailers used to come. Let me see if I have one here. Yeah, mailers used to come like this.
Mm-hmm.
And you used to send in the backs of card backs. You could cut off the pops on the back of card backs, mail them into Kenner, and they'd send you a mailer. It would come in a box, and it would be a sealed figure in a bag like this. Okay. Now, rocket-firing Boba Fett's have only ever been found without the bag because they never were released into production because the kid choked on the rocket. Well, not on the Battlestar Galactica one, but that killed the rocket-firing Boba Fett.
Right.
So they never were put in these bags and sent out. At the last ICCC con, a guy bought the only known bagged example, and it's sealed in a bag. It has 2 rockets in it, and he paid $350,000 for it at a Marriott in Franklin, Tennessee. But yeah, man. And then there was another one there for the rocket firing Fett panel, but they didn't bring it out because there was already the other one they could use.
Yeah.
And there was another one that was just there for show. So there were 4 on site. That's the most ever on site at any convention ever. But yes, it's definitely geared towards the collectors, man.
Yeah.
That's what this is really about. That's why I try to keep the vendor tables really low, just so we can get more vintage stuff or more. You know, you're going to say, you know how you save money when you're a hunter, when you're hunting at shows and stuff? The way you save money is by the vendor saving money on the front end so they can make their prices more competitive and therefore be better pricing.
Exactly. Because obviously at like because I've gone to Celebration, I've gone to C2E2, and a lot of those booths, like everything's almost double market value, which maybe makes sense on their end because their tables are expensive.
For a booth, man.
Yeah, like they're the floor space that you have to purchase from a big convention, regardless of what it is. Like I get it, but at the same time, it's sickening. And like you're saying, like I mean, it does make sense, but. If you don't mind, let's talk about the vendors for a couple minutes. What can people expect from your vendors? Because I'm sure you've handpicked them out and you probably know every single table that's going to be there. Like what all can we expect from there?
There are definitely pops. There are definitely hot toys. There are definitely sideshow. There's lots of new stuff for the new folks. We do have a good comic book vendor because comic books are always light because it's not something I really collect. Mm-hmm. But we do have a good comic book vendor this year. We have autographs, of course. Some of the cool stuff that I really love about this show is you get a lot of the one-off customized or art type pieces that you usually don't see other places unless it's like, I mean, for example, Celebration, like you were saying, they have the artists and they do the specialty pieces where people like do commission pieces for Celebration and people do commission pieces for our thing. I mean, it's really, really cool. All the badges are designed by an artist that is one of the group members that is part of the art team. And
he's
people
awesome.
come and they make really cool stuff. But there's also this other section that is all the vintage Star Wars and all the vintage Ninja Turtles and all the vintage G.I. Joe, everything between like 1970, even 1965 maybe, but mostly 1970 through 1996. That kind of stuff that you do not find at any other convention comes here. And the reason why is because all the buyers for that kind of stuff comes here. As an auxiliary, of course, there's the modern stuff. There's autographs. There's a bar. There's a live band. There's panels. But that's like, if you own a coffee shop, you have to have creamer, even if you don't use creamer. You know?
Yep.
Yeah,
it's a great analogy.
That's pretty much what it is, man. I am there for the vintage toys. I love vintage Star Wars stuff. That's my hook. That's what I love collecting. That's what I love buying. I like some of the modern stuff because I'm a huge Mando fan, Boba Fett fan, but mostly that's my hook. But I do understand that other people love pops. Other people love, look at behind you, all those sideshow, dude. I would never have room for all those awesome statues, man. But that's what I'm saying. It's something for everybody, but it is definitely focused on the collector.
Yeah.
Even the way it's set up at night and stuff like that, it's just imagine like going to a sleepover when you were a kid. That's essentially what it is. Everybody brings their toys. There's
right.
sales all night long. Did you walk through room sales?
No, I don't think I did. That was a
not
thing?
my thing. Yeah, it's not my thing, but what happens
Why
is
did I not
about
know about
9 o'clock at night, everybody comes down with bins or they grab bins out of their car and stuff like that, and there's room sales inside the
Dude,
lobby.
that's what Toylanta did. That's like their shtick too, because they're where I was in Atlanta last weekend.
Yeah.
It went from like Joe Fest or Joe Con to now it's Toylanta, but it's pretty much all like 80% GI Joes. They called it like a lobby swap or whatever, and they did the same exact thing.
Yeah,
I had
lobby swaps. They
zero
have it
idea.
at some toy shows. They do it in Cincinnati as well.
Wow.
The reason why I started doing it is because it does happen secretly at Celebration. And when I first tried to go to my first one, it was a Celebration many years ago, and I was trying to get into the secret room. And no one would tell me where the secret room was because it's a secret. So I wanted to just blow the doors off that, and then I started throwing parties right near Celebration. So I'd have an ICC con party. So all the best toys would come to my party, and then like kind of competed with room sales because I didn't like that. Yeah, why is it got to be exclusive? Everybody can play,
right?
You know, and I don't like those kind of things. So I try to, I don't know, fight against them. And that's the wonderful thing you said earlier about self-funding is I can fight against things I don't like, and nobody cares because it's a crazy guy. It's a crazy guy with a little bit too much money.
Dude, I didn't realize that a swap thing was even a thing. So that will be happening this year, right?
Boba Fett sold last time.
Oh, that makes sense because when I walked around the convention, I did not see anything or whatever. But
well, when it comes up to the really major pieces, you usually see them at like a booth for an auction house or something like that. But
yeah.
The other ones you'll only see if you know the guy and you're in the room at the time. You know what I mean?
Like if you know type of thing.
Right.
So
I happened to see the Fett because it was a buddy of mine that bought it, and I was just like, "Dude, what did you pay for that?" And he was like $350, and I'm like, "Dear God." I'm like, "Congratulations, bro. I'm glad your flow's like that, man." But
hey, you gotta respect that. There's nothing to do but respect it. You just
golf clap it up, man. 350 G's. That's no joke.
No hate. No hate.
I ain't there yet, so that's why I keep waking up and working my trucking company.
So, what in the hell was I about to ask you? Oh, the vendor stuff. So the swap thing, the lobby swap, room sales, whatever. Is that happening? Is that going to be a thing that tries to happen? Or
not? I do not throw it. The reason why I don't throw it is because what tends to happen is it tends to go on till like 3 a.m. and everybody's drinking and stuff like that, and I just don't want to be the captain on top
person of it.
But, you know what I mean? Plus, I've got to sleep so I can be functional the next day. Because really, man, it's 3 days of really hard work for me and my team.
Oh, absolutely.
We work.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm in bed by like 9:30. You'll see me walk through and I'll be like, hey, and then I'll be like,
yep. 100%.
But no, yes, it happens anywhere these kind of things happen. That's what IC meetups originally were.
Right.
People would just bring in tubs of stuff and we'd buy, sell, and trade. They got so unbelievably big. That's how this started, really. Besides me being frustrated that stuff was so expensive at other cons on purpose. So you could pay for like private jets, which I find to be ridiculous. Mm-hmm. So what I did is I got this team together and we all just pull for the same thing. And what that thing is in order to make the best show possible. So it's equal to other unbelievable major shows, if not better. But also to keep all the costs extremely low. So, all right, for example, man, Rogue One, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you pay a fee extra to go see Rogue One?
Yes.
If you were there? Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't you charge that? Because aren't you going to have a better experience if you could just go sit on the grass and watch a movie?
Exactly.
All right, man. So
it's not behind like a paywall type of thing.
People for nonsense. I'm trying to not have it cream me anymore like it usually does. But I just, I would be happy to just break even forever as long as I could keep throwing the show forever, man. I love throwing a great party for everybody to come to. I love seeing everybody's smiles, and I love the kind of memories it builds. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm in it for, man. Real life is tough enough. I use Star Wars to escape. So. That's what I'm going for.
I don't blame you. And correct me if I'm wrong. I'm almost positive the last show, people like attendees, some of them were from like out of the country.
Oh yeah,
like people
that was from Australia.
Yeah, like people
it's
were
very international.
Yes,
it's because of the Facebook groups. I have a huge international connection network.
That is what impressed me the most, was a show that size, and people that I would run into or hear talking or overhear conversations are like, yeah, I'm from England, I'm from this, I'm from that, and it's just like, whoa, like that's pretty cool.
Lucky, man.
Yeah, like, because I mean, the show's obviously not like a grand scheme level yet, so to get that kind of attention, get those eyes now, like just imagine, like you said, 5-10 years from now, or whatever the future holds, it's incredible, man. So
now that we're the only one of this size and speed going, I mean, man, when's the last time you've been at a convention or a toy show or convention with any kind of movie stars? I mean, a year?
Oh, way longer than that.
There's nobody playing this game right now except for me, and that's because I'm like, I'll take 15 grand worth of PPE and light it on fire. But nobody else is going to take that jump, man. Why? It's a waste of money.
I'm with you on that, man. That's why it's crazy, because I know that you've been planning this, like not even behind the scenes, but like kind of on the scenes, and the closer it gets, the more and more I'm like, damn, like this is really happening. Like,
oh yeah.
Like, this is a show that many people are looking forward to, that have a chance to feel normal, I might say, be at a place where there's fun things, there's people to talk to, there's guests, and then the 19 other things you rattled off, video game tournaments, you get to see Rogue One, somewhere with people who love that movie just as much as you do. Like, it's just going to be a fun experience, man. So I applaud you for that. And thank you for sticking your neck out for the community and trying to do the best that you can, man.
Believe me, it's purely selfish. I miss you guys. That's all it is.
Oh man, well, dude, that's awesome. Is there anything you want to end on? Anything you want to tell the people, or chat? Do we have any questions? Is there anything you guys enjoying it? Like,
I'll answer absolutely any questions. I have no problem answering anything.
Let me see if I missed anything, because I've kind of forgot about this. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I didn't read it at all. So I'm sorry, everybody that it's on the right side, and whenever I do Facebook, it's on the left side. So
it's just it's a good conversation is what we're having, is what I like to call it. That's typically how these things go. I always try to. This is the first thing I've ever done where it's just like I don't even want to say Q&A, because that's way too professional for me.
Yeah.
But just like a chat, and at least you get to express and people get to hear, because I'm sure there's at least one person in here who has not heard of this convention, and now they know. You know what I mean?
Right. No, hey man, I am all about spreading. If we spread the knowledge about it, it's gonna just automatically. Well, it already works, but more people are gonna get to enjoy it, and that's what's awesome. I am quite sure, and I'm not saying anything to jinx anything or anything like that, man. But the website metrics and stuff like that are through the roof compared to any other business I've ever had a website for, and I have numerous businesses. It's just it's the only game in town. But
dude, when you're showing your numbers, man, because
nobody playing baseball except only the Yankees.
Dude, when you were showing those numbers and stuff, when you share them, it's just like, damn, like numbers don't lie, and that's the thing.
Here, I'll show you right now on live video, because I can't believe what's happening with this website. It's insane to me, and I know who goes on things and shows live numbers, but look at this.
I've done it plenty of times.
Last week.
10,000 sessions.
4,759% up on sessions right now. I mean, that's from last week, man. Compared to last week, that's insane. And last week it looked like $3,000.
And for people, what website is that you're showing the numbers to?
It's the ICCC. It's icnashville.com. icnashville.com. But you can check out the guest stars there. You can buy tickets. You can look at the archives from past years.
I think the link to that is in the description. As long as my computer didn't delete absolutely everything that I've been doing with its weird seizure thing that it just did, but it should be in the link to the description. Sorry, so that is crazy. You're good. The fact that it's an actual website and those are the metrics, dude, that's
it's just a regular website, man. It's not Facebook or YouTube or anything. It's like apple.com, but
it's like your convention homepage, specifically like the website homepage for that. So that's That's incredible. Nat is in here, and he says, "Run down the guest star list one more time." So I will let you handle that.
Let me.
I'm afraid to touch anything on my end. I don't know what the hell happened.
No worries. I got a guest star list here. Hold on, let me pull it up here. The guest star list is Mark Anthony Austin, who played Boba Fett in the prequels. He also did pretty much every movie with heavily intense graphics that you've ever seen since Casper the Friendly Ghost. I mean, all the Marvel ones, all the Star Wars ones, everything. Daniel Logan, who Daniel Logan, Boba Fett from the prequels. Then we have Stephen Constantino, which is a grammarian guard, and he's also really good at playing music. He sometimes hops up there with the live band, which is cool. See a grammarian guard on stage. Don Teams, who's a great guy. He was in Walking Dead. He played something like 40-something zombies. We got Jim Swearingen, who was the guy who bought the Star Wars line, or who made Kenner produce it. He's also the guy credited with creating the Kit Bash Boba Fett figure, which is where our Boba Fetts came from. We have Kim Simmons, who took all the pictures like this, like the box pictures and the box art and the card back art, like all these pictures like these. This is all Kim Simmons' pictures. So Kim Simmons will be there. We also have Jeffrey Cantor, who is from Daredevil and also The Punisher. We have Larry Kenney, who was Cuckoo the Cocoa Bird and Thundercats and Silverhawks, 80s cartoons. You're too young for that. And then we got Michael Capon. There you go. Power Ranger. Nimmo is also a Power Ranger, and Tracy Lynn Cruz. So we got 3 Rangers coming. She
was there last time, correct, Tracy?
Tracy was there last time.
Yes.
Yep. And then Jimmy V is coming, who is R2D2, the new R2D2. He's in all the movies, R2D2. We also have John Pomeroy, who's really cool, man. He did Secret of Nim, Land Before Time, all the way up to Space Jam 2 nowadays. He's an artist, a Disney artist, and Warner Brothers, stuff like that. Let me see. We have Spencer Wilding, who is Darth Vader, of course, which is just awesome because he's like... And
he's specifically Rogue One Vader?
Yeah, Rogue One. Yep.
Rogue One Vader, correct?
Yep. And then we have James Arnold Taylor, your guy. James Arnold Taylor will be there. We have Greg Sipes, who is Beast Boy and numerous other things. He's also Michelangelo from Ninja Turtles.
Turtles, yep.
We have Dickie Beer, who has been in like 200 movies as a stuntman. He was Boba Fett from the originals that you'll see on the 77 back card back. All the desert scenes that happened near the Sarlacc pit, that was essentially Dickie Beer. But he's also been a working stuntman since then. And he's been working all the way up till now, and he was literally crashing cars in Wonder Woman 2. So really cool stories. And then we have Michael Biehn, who we just released, who is, from the original Terminator and Navy SEALs and The Rock. He had the most awesome scene. You remember The Rock? Are you too young?
Oh, no, I love that movie.
Yeah. Remember when the Navy SEALs come through the thing?
Yep, the secret tunnel or whatever the thing was. Yep. Yeah, I love that movie, man.
I cannot give that order. That's it. Yeah. So that's really cool, and I'm fired up about it, man. And I guess one of the big guest stars is that figure that we're making. We made a convention exclusive figure. It's fully articulated, holiday edition of Boba Fett, a little bit taller, very nice box art and everything. Matt Brookins made it, D23 Studios, and it's really, really cool. And the hype about that, man, because Daniel Logan saw a picture of it and put up a picture on his Instagram.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
People are like writing me from Germany being like, I'll give you $300. I'm like, dude, if I sell one of those and people don't know where it went, they will literally string me up.
There's 50 of them? 50. Okay. That's what I thought.
50 of the holiday special, and then there's 50 of a, you can order it on site, and it'll be an early bird. So what happens is I made up these really cool tickets that's just like the early bird ticket right here.
Wow.
So, well, it's not just like this. It's our design. And it has the Men on Card figure, which has not been released yet, which I will put out on the websites tomorrow. So you'll see what it looks like because that one's still not revealed. Just the box one is. And then it has a thing you fill out down the bottom here. You rip this off. You give it to this con store. You pay for your figure. And then we ship it to you as soon as they're finished. But some of them will be there on site. It's just these are all handmade, fully articulated, high-end quality, great figures. So it just takes a lot of time. And we've been working on those for shoot 9-10 months, man.
Yeah, that ain't no easy process by any means.
No,
doing especially.
It's like molds and everything.
It's I mean, it makes you almost appreciate like what the big box stores and stuff are creating and doing all that stuff. Because I mean, it's an art, whether there's 200,000 or 20. I mean, someone's still got to build the first one and make it happen at the end of the day. So, dude, that's cool. And you'll know his name because every single person who's come to your show. I don't want to say graffiti artist, but the guy who did like the custom spray painted like AT last year, he has something exclusive.
He does, man.
Is it like a figure or
that he did? It is a carded figure. It's a spray painted one. He does a spray painted. I don't think I have. Actually, you see that right there? That Grammarian Guard is one of his pieces.
Mm-hmm.
But he does some spray paint artwork and stuff like that. It's very, very cool. I have one of his ATs downstairs.
Yeah, dude, they're so sick, man. Yeah. I didn't even know graffiti was the right thing, but like spray paint, like splatter paint almost is what he was doing on a lot of that stuff.
Artist for sure.
Dude, it was so cool.
Did you go last year to the party at the Death Star?
No, I think the only thing we went to was the Red Stormtrooper guy. Oh my God.
The Hip Hop Trooper was the DJ, but Jeremiah made the giant banner. So if you were over there, you would have saw a huge piece he made that was really good.
But, he was a cool guy, man. Like he's coming back, Hip Hop Trooper, right? Did I see that, or is that?
He's hoping to. He works at a bar here. He's not sure if he can do nighttime things, just because it's family, man. He has, COVID and family, and that's happening with a lot of people. But there's also a lot of people that are really ready to get out of the gate. So he's a toss-up right now. He will be there absolutely.
Yeah, I just thought I saw something maybe shared or a potential something, and I just
he's sharing stuff all the time. I mean, we're buddies. He lives in Nashville, man. We talk all
because I think that's why he did the Franklin stuff is just because it was so close to him last time.
He moved here. We lucked out. He moved here when we threw the first ICCC tournament. That's when I met him.
Right.
And I was like, hey, man, how you doing? And I was like, I'd love you to come. He's like, oh, really, man? Can I get a booth? And I was like, yeah, why not? You're a hip-hop trooper, man. That's awesome.
Right.
And
iconic, honestly.
We hit it off. But we talk all the time about, like, random things now, Like, he's convention things.
He was super cool.
Man. Strider,
Yeah, he was very, very cool when we met him. So.
And he takes off the Stormtrooper helmet, and he's jacked and British.
Yeah.
It's like, how cool can you be?
And he's a damn good DJ too. He can
man.
He can put the mix together.
He's a great bartender. Have you ever seen him bartend?
Yeah, he was doing doing things while he was DJing. I don't know what it's called, bar tricks, something. I don't know, but he was doing it and a lot better than I could do it. That's all I know.
You're lucky if I get it in the glass.
Right. So, all right, guys, we're wrapping it on an hour. Unless you guys have any final thoughts, this is it. I think the link to his website will be down in the description. And if not, I'll put it down there after we end this.
It's easy. ICNashville.com.
There it is.
There it is.
So we got it going. And thank you, Mike, for taking an hour out of your day, man. I know you're a busy guy.
Thank you so much, man. It's actually really nice to get to talk to people.
Yeah.
So I like it. I can't wait to talk to you in person. I owe you.
Dude, like I told Nat, and I've told you, I will do as much as I can to help spread the word and use my community to get you guys whatever exposure. I mean, I hope it's working. I hope it's good on your guys' end.
Of course it's working, man. I mean, my phone has not stopped buzzing since I've sat here. I just put it on mute, but it's like...
So I appreciate it, man. You're doing good things, dude. And honestly, I've been there and I'm excited to go in a couple of weeks. It's people, trust me, it's fun. It's good. It's for the people. You really can't go wrong. So hopefully people can make it out. And if not, future shows, hopefully yearly. That's what I'm hoping for.
Absolutely. It will always be yearly. The only reason why, man, is because we had to move from one giant arena to different rooms. And I don't know, man, a Sheridan has a lot more rules than like a horse barn.
True.
It used to just be cool with whatever there. I would be like, hey, I'm going to just get a go-kart and go driving through the middle of the place at 90 miles an hour. And they're like, all right.
Yeah, exactly.
The Sheridan doesn't let you, dude. I don't know.
Right. But hey, everything happens for a reason, though, man. So only good things from here. I can definitely expect. So.
I'm excited, brother. But thank you very much for having me on the show, man. I love the show, and I love when you go on hunts. I really dig watching them, so keep that up.
I appreciate it. Hey, you gave me motivation. What was it, like 6 or 7 months ago when you were up here in Ohio?
Nice. Yeah.
You said, hey, I don't watch this shit often, but keep going.
Yeah, dude. Keep going. That's the
So that
truth.
was
You
funny.
gotta keep going, man.
Yeah, I was with my boy, and I told him who you were after we walked away. I was like, man, I was like, the fact that he told me is like, I need to keep my videos up because I've been gone. I was like, I really actually need to start doing something. So that was funny.
Well, the thing is you're a good person, man, and that's what builds a
I appreciate
community.
it, man.
And
Yeah.
people like you have to do as much as they can, man. And the reason why is because there are people out there watching this right now that it means the world to them that you're going live right now.
Oh,
so
yeah,
if there's people out there that give you grief, don't worry about that, man. Go check out my YouTube channel.
Yeah, right.
But whatever, you
It's
can't
true.
make everybody happy as long as you make the people that you care about. That's
Yeah, keep them happy and just keep them motivated, man. I'm always transparent. It's all love here. I never any of that bullshit type stuff, but it's fun, man. So once I end this, we'll still be back in the studio, so you don't have to hop off right this second. But I'm going to end the stream, guys. Mike from ICCC. I always say too many C's in that, but April 16th through the 18th, correct?
Yep.
That's it. All right, guys. We love you guys. Appreciate you, and we'll see you very soon.